Yeah.
We'll get started first with Drew Hill.
Ja, you really turned it on in the second half. Did it feel like your team needed you more as a scorer tonight? And we obviously know that you always distribute well, but did they need you to attack the basket and put up those points?
No, it was just, me reading the defense. I feel like, we having guys, knocking down shots now. So teams, have to choose, I guess where they want to give up, when they're guarding us. And I feel like tonight, it wasn't as much shifts. So I was able to get downhill in that mid-range area and just shot my floaters.
Evan Barnes.
John, I know you said a couple weeks ago, I know you said you agree with LeBron and everyone about the All-Star game, just kind of how you feel about it. But just over these last games and obviously seeing where you were in the voting results, do you feel like one, that you're an All-Star reserve, and two, how would you feel if you were selected?
Man, I don't like, speaking too much on my game or whatever. I can say, I feel like I've been playing well. Definitely, should be in that conversation. If this year is that opportunity for me, make All-Star, it's an honor. I'm thankful for it. I give a lot of credit, to my teammates, coaches, family, everybody who's been involved, from this off season to now, for pushing me to get better, always holding me accountable. So as far as that goes, I feel like, I don't know when final decision come out, but, we'll see then. Make or miss. I just got to be, thankful and grateful for, the position that I'm in right now.
Kelsey Wright Johnson.
Ja, you were quite a comedian today. We all saw the compilations that the Grizzlies put together of you, I don't know, and doing fake dribbling and making fun of the air ball. What put you in such a good mood today? And what is this new yawning thing that we're seeing?
I was in a good mood because, I opened my eyes this morning. Blessed to be here. I was ready to go as far as, the move. A pretty tough move. I got a dunk off of it, so just copy that again. And then as far as the yawning, I felt like I was, in the bed that the first half, had to get it going. So when I did the yawning, I was getting out of the bed. That's when I went on, my little scoring run.
Terry Davis.
Hey, Ja, it's been 5 games since you spent extra time after that Charlotte game. Since then, you had 3 20-point games, a triple-double, but more importantly, your team had 3 wins. Is there anything you can do even better to make your team even better on a personal and on a team-wise?
Team-wise, starting with that, I, just got to continue to be aggressive, continue to, put us in, good positions during the game, making sure, we're running our sets, getting good shots, making sure, everybody's locked in and, just keep encouraging our guys that continue to play their game. As far as for me, I actually got a question for you, with everybody who's ever on this, media call. I don't know if y'all have a text box, but I want y'all to grade my performance from 1 to 10 after, the questions is done. Somebody can read them all to me, and then I'll tell y'all my grade.
Sean Coleman.
Hey, Joe, I saw on Twitter, Damian Lillard was asked who his favorite young star was to watch, and he said that was you. Just your feeling on seeing a premier name like that and the respect that you get from those premier names consistently around the NBA, it certainly is awesome to see.
Yeah, that's big time. Dame is a special talent. I honestly felt like he should have been an all-star starter with, his play this season. But, for him to say that is, big time for me. But although, I'm his favorite player to watch, I got to continue to work. So if I'm asked that question and I said, who's my favorite, young player to watch, it'll have this same buzz. So.
Megan Triplett.
Ja, can you just speak on what it's like to have Desmond Bane and D'Anthony Melton back in the group and just their performance tonight?
We're happy to have, both of those guys back. They bring a lot to this team, defensively and offensively. Be able to guard multiple positions, being able to, make plays on the other end, knock down shots. It just opened up the floor a lot for us. And like I said, it's, a team have to make a decision on, what they want to give up. So having those guys out, it's not too much, room you can give them. Or, it's probably a result in the three. So two special talents, two guys, who means a lot to this team. But we're just going to continue to work and keep pushing as a unit.
Joe Molnax.
Hey, Ja, congratulations on the win. Brandon Clarke talked about how he's getting more comfortable, feeling back to more to what he was last year as he comes back from the injury. Obviously, he's another guy in the pick and roll who really flourishes alongside you. What is it like having Brandon Clarke as he gets more comfortable and he gets back to what he was last year when you two were a pretty tough tandem in that particular set?
I honestly, think he's playing great. As far as, saying he's getting back to how he's been playing last year, I feel like, he's been big time for us. As far as his, stat sheet go, he was plus 27 when he was in the game. So, I mean, if that don't, says what he means to this team, I don't know what will. He's just able to, do so much for us. He makes my job easier just, throwing the ball, around the rim, let him do what he do.
Final question, Christos.
Hello, Ja. Congratulations on the win, the performance. I would like to ask you, what is the biggest progression on your game into your leadership role this season? And how important is to carry on the fourth quarter's effort to the next games?
As far as my leadership go, being a point guard, you have to be vocal. So, you got to be a leader. How I carry it is, always encouraging our guys, saying what I see on the floor, telling the guys to even hold me accountable at times. If I'm out there, just loafing, and, just showing, how to work and, how to, be a pro in this league. I actually, I'm still learning. The vets I have here, has been helping me big time. And, it helps me, understand the game better, understand, how to be a pro. And with the young guys, we have coming in, I can't say young because, most of them older than me, but having them, be their first year, I'm able to, tell them, what I've learned since I've been in the league.
Thank you, Ja.
Let me see I can scroll down. All right, let me see. I don't know what I'm doing over here. Oh, I got it. All right, 9.4, 9, 8, 8.5, 8.5, 9.5, 8.5. Ooh, y'all actually, rated me higher than I thought. My rate for this game, I'll give myself, I'll say, 6.5. Felt like, I missed, some shots. Got to be better, behind the arc. The good thing is, I'm continuing to shoot. Yeah. 4 assists, 2 turnovers. A dumb foul at the beginning of the game. That deducts for me. So even though I was plus 14, I give myself a 6.5 for tonight's performance. Got to be better. See y'all tomorrow.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Y'all continue to be safe on these roads. Hopefully we get back to normal soon. See y'all tomorrow.
Yep, I have you. We'll start first with Joe Molnax.
Hey, D'Anthony, congratulations on the win and welcome back. Obviously, you have been out for several games due to your shoulder injury. A lot has been made of the injury process there, how the performance team is involved with the coaching staff, involved with the players, that sort of thing. if you would just kind of talk us through what it's like as you go through that process. How involved are you coming back from injury? How involved is the performance team, the coaching staff, as you build yourself up back to, making a return tonight? Because it looked like you didn't miss a step. Brandon Clarke was the same way when he came back. So obviously there looks like there's some success going on, but just a little more clarity as to what that looks like, perhaps.
Coming back from injury or rehab, they stay on it, honestly. Sometimes it can get a little frustrating, but, the whole goal is to get better and, just keep pushing. So I think our performance team does a great job at that, on staying on it and staying active with it and making sure we feeling great before we get back on the court.
Terry Davis.
Hey, despite missing all that time, man, you didn't lose your stroke. Your first one you put up, you put down. So I know they had to give you a lot of confidence going forward.
No, I definitely did. The first one, catch and shoot, had plenty of time to line it up and everything like that. So it felt great, even though the second one was a little short, but, it was online. So that's all I can hope for. And I'm just getting out there and just, getting my feel back and getting my touches and trying to get involved on the offensive side and just seeing where I can input myself.
Evan Barnes.
D'Anthony, by any chance, how much were you motivated at all by Kyle getting 5 steals yesterday? It seemed like you were trying to catch him and get that yourself, being active on the defensive side.
Yeah, when he last game, I was telling him, like, bro, you going crazy with the steals. You got, like, when he had 3 and then he got 4 and I got 5. So I think it definitely is a little competition out there. I told him he could let me know when he gets 6. So he close, but not there yet.
Kelsey Wright Johnson.
D'Anthony, another back-to-back. It seems like you guys play like every other day. Can you walk through what you do tonight and then what you do tomorrow pregame to keep your bodies ready?
Man, recovery, drink a lot of fluids. For me, definitely got to stretch. Want to go through all my rehab stuff, especially, if you got any nicks or bruises, you're trying to get that solved, because NBA, you got a next one coming up, and the team you playing against don't care what you did yesterday, so they don't come out there and try to beat our breaks in. So we just got to keep fighting and fill our cups back up. So
Sean Coleman.
D'Anthony, Evan beat me to it, but I was going to say, did the Toronto game in the bubble come up with Kyle when you got your 6 after he got his 5? But asked some of the guys about how Taylor Jenkins has helped enhance their ability on the offensive end. That's shown through on your end. Just want to get your perception of when you came to Memphis and as you progressed in year 2, how Coach Jenkins has really enhanced your defensive presence, because it really seems like there's a continuance of you making momentum, causing plays, momentum shifting plays. How has Coach Jenkins really helped you out with doing that on a consistent basis?
I think he's helped all of us, honestly, just by instilling it into us. Defense first. We got a defensive mindset, and it helps when 4 of the guys is out there trying to lock the next man up too. So I'm just trying to go out there and do my job, handle my coverages and just play with my instincts, because I think we got a lot of smart guys on the defensive end, and it's just a matter about heart and wanting to do it. So I think everybody on this team wants to play defense and wants to get stopped. So, all that definitely helps.
Christos.
Hello, D'Anthony. Welcome back. What was the most enjoyable part of the game for you, except the win? And how important is it to build on the fourth quarter's effort?
For me, it's just being out there with my guys again, honestly. Just, being able to lace them back up, get out there, and just be on the court with them. We got a great group, and we got a very, enthusiastic group, and we all want to win and get better. So, I'm always going to have fun out there and just try to do what it takes to win. And I think everybody's doing that right now. So it's fun to watch, and it's fun to be a part of.
That's all the questions that we had. Thank you.
Bet.
Yep. We'll start first with Joe Molinax.
Hey, Brandon, congratulations on the win. Obviously, another opportunity for you to slide into the starting lineup. And I know we've asked you in the past about the difference between being a starter and being a reserve. I think when it comes to tonight, the interesting thing about your particular role, beyond just being a starter, was your your job helping defend Jeremy Grant. Between you and Kyle Anderson, Coach Jenkins talked about how both of you guys individually really took up the mantle and took on that responsibility. What was the game plan going in between you and Kyle and with Coach as to how to try to limit Grant, who's having an all-star caliber campaign?
Yeah, I mean, Grant is playing great this year. I mean, he's averaging like 24 points a game, scored 40 points last game. So we kind of knew that coming into tonight that we really had to just lock into him. And I think me and Kyle did a great job with our effort, making his shots tough.
Terry Davis.
It was a BC.
It was good.
Man, you guys scored 66 points in the paint, man. What was it about your dominance in the paint? Was it something you guys were doing or something y'all saw to make y'all so efficient?
Yeah, I mean, our team is really good at, getting to the paint and finishing. That's just one of the things that we've been great at this year. And I think that, if we're just playing well, if we're just locked in, Ja is, very, very good at getting in the paint and, not only, scoring, but creating for other guys to, score in the paint too. So I just think that our team is really, really set up to, get easy buckets in the paint. And I think a really big factor of that is Ja being able to get in the paint and guys being kind of able to feed off that.
Drew Hill.
Brandon, it feels like we talk about fourth quarter Ja and all of these press conferences, but is there a moment where you can see things sort of flip for him in the fourth quarter when he becomes that killer at the end of the games? Can you see that on the floor when you're on there with him?
Yeah, I mean, I've said it before. I mean, Ja just kind of watches the game, and he's, very, very high basketball IQ player. So you're just able to see kind of what is like going on in the first three quarters. And in the fourth quarter, he just can kind of read it. And, our team, pretty much needs him always to start shooting more in the fourth quarter. And, by the time that Ja gets there in the fourth, he pretty much knows what the defense is trying to do to guard him. So he's able to get off whatever shot he wants. And, he's pretty good at making those shots, I would say.
Sean Coleman.
Hey, Brandon, first want to ask, with all the snowfall around, does it feel like you're back in Washington at Gonzaga? And then also the box scores are starting to look a lot like last year, even with the calf coming off the calf injury. Yeah. Really seems like the efficiency is back, reading the defense and everything. Seems like you're right back in the groove to where you were last year a lot.
Yeah, man, definitely. I mean, I would say, yeah, it's definitely cold here right now. It definitely brings back vibes to being at, GU. And it's definitely tougher here though, because the roads are so bad here. The roads, they just don't really know what to do here. But with just being back to myself, I mean, I am Brandon Clarke. I know. I mean, I'm a guy who likes to take good shots, and I get, I'm very, very hard on myself too. And when I'm not making shots or when I'm not playing the right way, I'm very, very hard on myself. So it just feels good though to start shooting better and getting to the buckets that I know that I can make.
Christos.
Hello, Brandon. Congratulations on the win. How important for you is to carry on the fourth quarter's effort and to build on this effort about the next games?
I would say it's huge for us. I mean, closing out games is something that's huge for us too, because our team is young, and that's something that younger teams are kind of bad at, closing out games. So I think that if we can kind of watch film and just keep on carrying off with that same, energy and doing the same stuff that we did in the fourth tonight, I think that we're going to, see very good results.
Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you.
We will start first with Joe Molinax.
Hey, Coach Jenkins, congratulations on the victory. Obviously, Jeremy Grant had to be a key part of your guys' game plan tonight. He was not himself, at least what he had been recently against other teams. What was your plan going into the game to limit him, and how successful? Obviously, the shooting was off, but do you think that your guys' success this evening was directly connected to limiting him in the way that you did?
Yeah, I thought, it started with KA and BC. I thought those guys just individually did an amazing job one-on-one, trying to limit, his easy drives. Obviously, he's a really good player when he gets inside the paint. Has evolved to be a good three-point shooter, but I thought, just our urgency and pick and rolls, those two guys did an amazing job closing the gap and, just maintaining physicality on him as much as possible and just finishing it with great contests. I thought those guys set a tone for us. And then, surrounding those guys, we made a big emphasis on shifting and having great shifts and cutting out, driving lanes, or if he was going to finish, he was going to finish in a crowd. I think we walled them off, kept them under 40 points in the paint, and they had been really good the last couple of games, and he's a big part of that. So I think overall, just individually, those guys accepted the challenge at a really high level, and then our team did a great job surrounding him with great activity behind.
Megan Triplett.
Coach, this is the first game that we got to see Desmond Bane and D'Anthony Melton back. Can you just talk about their performance tonight and just how they were able to contribute on both ends of the floor?
Yeah, I mean, those guys were big for us. I thought early in the game, especially in that first quarter when we built a nice lead, just coming out and playing with a lot of great energy. Melt doing his normal Melt things, getting his hands on a lot of balls. And I thought he did some really good things in one-on-one defensive situations. And then both those guys just playing the right way on offense. I thought, I remember one great clip, Des driving baseline and I think Melt hitting a wing three, and just sharing the ball. Those guys playing a selfish style of play. And I thought they did a really good job activity-wise on the defensive end. It's great to have them back.
Terry Davis.
Hey, Coach, you had 66 points in the paint. Was it something you saw in the game film leading to the game, or something in the game that allowed you to take advantage of your inside presence?
Yeah, I thought, to start the game, we were able to get some driving angles in transition coming off of pick and rolls. Obviously, Ja had a heck of a night. I know our assist totals were low, but we were able to get downhill, a lot and be able to score, not off a pass. So I thought we did a good job there. And then I thought in the second quarter, they picked up their activity and we were missing some opportunities to kick it out to the 3-point line. We were playing in some crowds. But I think it was just our determination to just continue to play, get to the next action, give our bigs a lot of credit, when we were using our pick and rolls. And with their bigs back, we were able to set great screens. So, we could get downhill and create some advantages. And that's what, kind of led to a great night in the paint tonight, for us.
Evan Barnes.
Taylor, when Ja is in this point where do you get the sense that Ja understands kind of what to do in the game, what to do? Obviously, his passing has kind of been a great key, but tonight it was his scoring. Do you just sense that he just kind of is feeling what the team needs and how he's able to kind of execute it?
Yeah, I mean, I thought he did a really good job understanding what the defense was doing on the ball for him. Obviously, got to the foul line 10 times tonight, and was trying to be aggressive. And when they were over aggressive, he was creating contact and drawing some fouls, by getting downhill. And then I thought, with their bigs being back, I think him and his bigs were on a great, line connection about how to free him up, get him downhill. And overall, I just thought he was in an aggressive mentality tonight, and obviously, sharing the ball well too. And even when he sees times where, he makes a mistake, he knows immediately, man, I should have done something differently. And he carries it on to the next possession to improve. So it's a great quality that he has. And I thought he had examples of that tonight. But for the most part, his aggressiveness, which he's been training the last couple of games, is really paying off for him.
Christos.
Hello, Coach. Congratulations on the win. How important for your team is to win close games like this? Because until in the middle of the fourth quarter, we are too close with the Pistons. And also, what impressed you most about Ja's progression into his leadership role?
Yeah, I mean, I think our team's benefiting in a lot of different ways. I mean, I think in this game, for example, you play with a big lead, you lose it. The Pistons went on a couple of big runs there. We had to withstand that. So I think our guys are learning from that. But then, we talk all the time, in the fourth quarter, how everything gets more enhanced and more heightened, and you got to have more urgency, and you got to be able to have that, from the first quarter until the very end. And our guys just steadily got better. We were just emphasizing one possession at a time, win the fourth quarter, just focus on winning the fourth quarter by 1 point. They went out and did that. But I think down the stretch, all the things that were hitting them within the game, the points of emphasis, if things need to be adjusted or whatnot, these guys have done a good job of locking in and going out with and understanding what they need to do from a defensive standpoint. I thought we had some really big stops, great contests, great, defensive rebounds, playing with, a lot of activity, and then offensively just getting to our spots. I thought for the meat of the game, we were getting out free flowing, but then we had to slow it down a little bit, get the matchups that we wanted and get the, the actions that we wanted. And these guys are really, developing a nice understanding of the importance, come late in the games.
Sean Coleman.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win tonight. The second straight game where y'all have really done well to your strengths, creating turnovers, limiting fouls, only 13 free throws for the Pistons tonight. After the loss to the Pelicans, getting back to your strengths and 2 straight wins, that has to be really encouraging for this young team.
Yeah, very encouraging. I think I've said it a couple times recently. It's all about finding consistency, and I think our guys for the majority of the season have done a really good job of embracing, the important areas of defense and offense that we've been talking about, but especially defensively, how that can really just get us going and get our, spirit going. But how we got to be sound one-on-one, sound with our shift and active defense on the weak side, how we got to take away the paint, how we got to be urgent to get to the 3-point line, and how we got to finish possessions with rebounds. I mean, it's a simple game plan. We try to keep it simple for these guys so they can go out there and just be super active. We'll get technical as we need to go. But there's going to be those nights when you don't have those things, and it's easy to go back and just say, hey, you remember the things that are key for us, our priorities. Let's focus on that, make that the priority. And when we go out there and execute it, like we've done the last 2 games, it usually means a good defensive output. So, and then I'm a huge believer, if we're feeling good on the defensive end and we're not having to take the ball in the net, after a free throw or made bucket, we're able to get out and run. And, so you just build that spirit and that momentum that you need to help you on the offensive end too.
Final question, Evan Barnes.
Taylor, we haven't really asked much about Ja, the All-Star game, but I think, do you feel at this point, I know Ja could be set as a reserve, but what do you feel about, Ja's All-Star candidacy at this point with, a few more games to go?
Yeah, I mean, I think Ja's very deserving of being, an all-star reserve. He's done an unbelievable job continuing to develop this season and obviously being super impactful with our team and how we're winning and improving as a team. And obviously there's a lot of great players in consideration, but if you look at the fans, the media, his fellow players, the recognition and consideration he's been getting after, the last tally in the votes speaks volumes to who he is and what he's been able to accomplish. So I know he's focused at the end of the day, going out there, just getting better individually and helping this team win ball games. I mean, he said it repeatedly after the last couple of games, let's go out there and finish and get some wins, make the plays that we need to do. So the fact that he's focused on that obviously shows, his individual growth and why he's playing at an all-star level and is definitely deserving to be in that conversation.
Thank you, Coach.
Great. Thanks, everybody.